Hello, this is a timeless channeled message meant to find you whenever this finds you. So the tarot cards we have for this reading are Five of Swords, Two of Pentacles, and Knight of Cups. For some reason, I'm getting the feeling of a love triangle or some type of third-party situation. I don't know what, when I look at this Three of Swords, this feels like some type of love triangle situation. To be clear, it's weird, okay. So normally this talks about like defeat, but I see this as somebody looking at another person and that person's looking at this person. I feel like there's some type of love triangle situation that you're trying to work your way out of or trying to navigate, wondering if this person is right for you, if it feels, I don't know how it's layered or laced. The way that I feel it is like, I actually feel like you're the middle person in the situation. Like someone likes you, but you like someone else. And this Two of Pentacles is you trying to figure out which one you would like to go forward towards. But one of the key things I'm seeing here is you don't have to choose just yet. And you can actually be a bit more open, trying to figure out how it feels to be with both of them or either of them. It looks like it's going to take time and effort and being open-hearted with both people in order to figure out the decision that you have to make. I don't know why, like when I look at this when I look at this Knight of Cups, I see this almost like The Bachelor, like the reality TV show, where it's like, I have a rose to give, who am I going to give it to? I don't watch that TV show, by the way, but it's just, that image just appeared so strongly to me. I want to get some more clarifications on the situation just so that I can be sure. So we're going to ask, Spirit, can you tell me a bit more about that Five of Swords? Oh my god. So I'm looking at the 5 on the top and it's a Roman numeral, and even that is a triangle. Oh my gosh. Anyways, let's move forward, shall we? So why is the Five of Swords here? Okay, sorry. Internally, I was asking, because if it's a love triangle or if it's like someone likes you and you like someone else, I was wondering if you get the chance to choose either person. And Spirit said internally to me, yes, but understand the drawback and payoff of either. Like each of them, regardless of who you choose, like you have free will. So does this other person. But either way, there's some type of trade-off regardless of who you choose. So it's not about thinking of what you're missing out on, it's about understanding what you're going towards. Well, let's get some clarification. For the Five of Swords, we have the Moon, Eight of Swords, and the Magician. Okay. Both the Moon and the Eight of Swords are representing some type of unknown here or things that are not clear. I actually think that this situation will evolve over time, or if you just give it time, then you will be able to see things a bit more clearly, but you definitely have the agency here to decide where things will go. Ooh, there's that infinity symbol again, like in the Two of Pentacles. Okay. This is not about manipulating anyone else in particular, although okay, so in the magician's shadow aspect, I do see the magician can be a manipulative person, but I think in its positive aspect, it can also be the manifester or the one who creates change. So to be clear, I do think that this is about respecting everyone's free will, including your own free will at this point. But to understand that if something doesn't seem to work out, or if it feels like it's more energy, more resistance than it needs to be, then you don't need to entertain that. Like, ask yourself if putting in all this effort for someone is worth it, whether this is the person that you want and you're trying to go towards, or if this person who wants you and you have to compromise your ideals, your wants for them. Either way, it's about understanding the drawback, and quite frankly, you don't have to choose either. Like, you can choose to be independent on your own with yourself, and you can just let these relationships be at this time. Regardless of what you choose though, with the magician here, it really is up to you to decide how you want to go about this. So we're going to clarify the Two of Pentacles now, because I do see this as you in that confusion state. We're trying to figure out what you're going to do. So let's see if we can find something helpful here. Spirit, can you clarify the Two of Pentacles here? Why did the Two of Pentacles show up? Okay, so the cards we have are Ten of Wands, Nine of Swords, and the Empress. Dang, okay. Regarding this choice you have to make between people, like, okay, I've been describing this in a romantic sense, but maybe this could apply to different types of situations too, so take it as it resonates. But there's some heavy or dark energy regarding this, where it's like, maybe you feel guilty if you choose one but then not the other. But the Empress is here, and it's telling me that you shouldn't feel guilty about being yourself or doing what you think is right at the moment. I think that, okay, I feel like a really huge struggle between the heart and mind right now, where like your mind is choosing one thing, your heart is choosing another thing, and you have to figure out what is the in-between for both of these things. The thing that's standing out for her though, because I feel like she's the one who's advising you right now, the Empress is sitting still. She doesn't need to chase anyone. She is just sitting there, and I think that right now, even though you have that agency to do something, and you can do it, especially in a magical sense, in the sense of like, you're doing things for yourself and you're the one who's radiating the energy. Do things for yourself, not for either of these two people, because you will exude a natural energy that will make your choice a bit more clear. Understand the way that you love yourself, or the way that you would treat yourself, and think about how either of these two options would treat you. There's a chance that neither of them are treating you the way that you want to be treated, so be really clear about how you would love yourself if you were a third person. Let's say, like, if you were your own ideal suitor, what would you do for you? Think about that, and don't compare these two other people with that version of you because it's too idealistic, or it's really idealistic because of course no one knows you like you do. but instead think about how loving and compassionate you are. Think about how loving and compassionate these other people are. See if it makes sense. I guess in a way it is comparative, but it's not about directly comparing them to some type of imagined standard for yourself. It's more about if they meet your personal standard for yourself. So let's move on with this reading. I'll ask Spirit, can you tell me a bit more about the Knight of Cups? Why is the Knight of Cups here? Okay, so the cards we have are Four of Pentacles, King of Cups, and King of Pentacles. Woo. Okay, something like Spirit showed me an image that's very sweet. They're showing me this Knight of Cups is actually you to yourself at this moment. Remember the analogy that I said earlier about The Bachelor? It's like you are both the person giving the rose and also receiving the rose. It's it looks kind of goofy in my mind's eye, but essentially speaking, there's like a masculine and feminine aspect of yourself. So this is regardless of gender. There's the masculine active self that does things or actively chooses choices. There's the feminine receptive self that gets to receive and take in what the masculine is giving. And I see this Knight of Cups as actually both of you, like both aspects of yourself wrapped in one. It is your heart being able to give and receive. So with the Four of Pentacles, you're being reminded that you actually have everything that you need already. You don't necessarily need to have another person around you, and realistically speaking, even if you didn't choose either of them, you'd still be fine on your own. In fact, I especially see this here with the King of Cups and the King of Pentacles. Both of them, like, there's something a lot to do here with sitting. And even though both of these are kings, they're kings of a feminine receptive element, so that's Pentacles and Cups. How do I say this? Yes, they do things, but they don't need to like put in any extra exerted effort. They're both masters of their own faculties, and I think that that's actually the position you're sitting in right now. So I want you to think about what your situation is just in life, regardless of these two other people right now, because you may find that you're actually more whole than you think you are. And even though this situation might cause this feeling of burden or anxiety, you should be able to take the time to breathe and to feel it out properly before you make a choice towards either of them, if you want to make that choice. Like, genuinely speaking, you don't actually have to choose right now. Okay, so again, feel what is right for you, and when the time is right to make a choice, you can, but you don't need to rush it. In fact, everything in this reading right now it looks like it's about allowing yourself to sit down, specifically to be with yourself and really listen to what it is that you want. Not just from these two people, but like whatever your situation is. What do you actually want for yourself? If you were to see yourself through the lens of a guardian, how would you guard you? All right, I believe that's everything that I'm seeing for this reading. If this reading has resonated with you, please leave me a like and a comment. I would love to hear about it. And if you want to receive a personal reading from me, check the description below for my email. So until next time, take care. Bye-bye.